Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Once again, it's time for another exciting week of action to begin here from the USN studio as well. It's USN time, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a very exciting time at USN as we've reached the end of another stage. The open qualifiers have now reached their conclusion, and now it is time to see which of these four teams from each division are going to be able to move through their respective conference qualifiers and claim the one, you heard it right, only one spot available for each conference to go through to the LAN. My name is Blue. Joining me here on the desk this evening is Veli. How's it going, my man?
It's going good, man. You missed a lot of great games while you were gone. You know, Blue was traveling all around the world, having a great time of his life.
China,
right? He was in China, okay? And you missed it, man. Rogue finally made it, and now they're going to be playing tonight. Team USA, they finally stopped catching L's, man. The USN curse stopped for them momentarily.
Well, they're not through yet as they still have a few more steps to get through. Let's take a look at the schedule for this evening's festivities and see exactly what is going to be on the line. You guys are used to 3 matches. It's going to be a little bit quick tonight, but that doesn't mean we're going to be short on action. As you can see, we've got plenty of action-packed teams stepping up to the plate. First off, it's going to be Luminosity Gaming going up against Rogue, following which we will have Disrupt take on TSM. Now, just a bit of a clarifier on the format real quickly. We have now reached the conference qualifiers. These are the opening semifinal matches of that conference qualifier. But winning here tonight does not guarantee you a slot at LAN just yet. If you win this match, it will move you forward into the conference qualifier final, which will be played next Tuesday for the West Coast and next Thursday for the East Coast, at which point it will turn into a best of 3. That match will be the qualifying match. The winners of each one will be qualified for LAN as the Stage 2 representatives from both the West and the East Coast.
Yes, and for those of you that are having a pretty hard time when it comes to following this type of program, it's pretty easy. You go ahead and go to the website. I believe it should be coming up on the screen. There it goes. play.r6usnationals.com. So that will clear up any type of confusion, but you know, just to throw it out there, you wouldn't be confused if you watched our recap show inside the USN every single Monday.
And of course, on top of that recap show, be sure to be sending us your clips for our Venmo community spotlight. $700 every single week, folks. We found a briefcase in the back. It said from your friends at Venmo. It's got a lot of cash in it. So we're giving it away every single week, folks. Giving away cash for your clips. It can be anything as long as it is Rainbow Six related. Be sure to be sending us those clips. We'll have a link right down below us right here. Be sure to be using the hashtag Venmo Community Spotlight for that one. There is a link as well, and we'll get that on the screen for you guys here in just a second. There it is at esl.gg/Venmo-R6USN is where you can head to find all the rules you need, as well as actually submit your clips for consideration for each week.
Yes, it was pretty funny because I posted on Twitter and I brought a lot of light to this whole Venmo thing. A lot of people watch USN and they didn't yet submit their clips. And when I told them, hey, we've been sending out $700 every single week. It doesn't have to be just great plays or montage clips. Make them funny. You know, they can be those montage clips or highlights.
Yeah, our favorite one from a few weeks ago was just suddenly just like a good meme moment where it was like
free money.
tracking. Oh, I forget what operator it was. It was like tracking someone. And he's like right in the corner. There was like that was a great moment.
But it's like go ahead and enter those clips because the list was pretty good. It was really big last time Stokes and I looked at it. This week I want the entire Excel sheet to be full. If it's not, I'm fighting everybody out there.
Send us those clips, ladies and gentlemen. It's free money. You've got no reason not to. So be sure to submit those clips before our Monday show. It's time to move on to our first match of the evening, however, and take a look at the rosters. You guys at home, these are very well-known teams at this point, so you should be very well familiar with them. But just in case you're not, we've got the Luminosity roster here in front of you. Hyena, Thomas, Pixel, Rexon, and the man himself, Mr. Doodle, lining out the roster as the 5th. This team stormed onto the scene at the beginning of this season and has been making waves all across North America, and specifically here in our Western Conference.
Owen himself, a.k.a. AWD, a.k.a. Doodle. I don't know why he doesn't just go with Doodle. He's been a factor, but Luminosity, ever since they joined the scene, once they entered that top tier, they've been lights out ever since. And Rexon is an absolute animal. The last time this roster played against, Rogue, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Rexon didn't have the best game out there, but everyone knows what he's capable of. Let's see if he's going to bring it tonight. But let's go ahead and take a look at the challenging team. It's going to be Rogue, Slash, Vertical, Shuttle, Easily, and my man Eclipse.
It's no secret, of course, that Rogue has had their series of struggles trying to re-qualify, going back even to Stage 1 back in the spring, where they just fell short of being able to make it through and claim the Stage 1 qualification seed. Well, they need to reclaim it now, and this would be the start of their road to do it once again now that they've reached the conference qualifiers for the West Coast. It's time to see if our previous USN champion from last year, Team USA themselves, can even make it to LAN, or if we're going to have them revisit us in a few months' time when Stage 3 or maybe even the wild cards pop up in September. Oh, I'm just saying. Just keeping folks aware of what's on the line here. We've got the veto in front of you as well. It is a best of 1 at this point. Still, best of 3s don't kick in until that final qualifying match, so we can skip with the formalities and get right to the match. And it's going to be Consulate that we'll be jumping onto for our first match of the evening. Like you had been mentioning, these two teams played yesterday. That was on Clubhouse, and they tied 6-6. So, considering that close affair, we'll have to see how Clubhouse differs.
Consulate is going to be interesting. I really like Rogue on this map for the simple fact that when you take a look at the personality of every single player on this roster, how every single one of them can roam around and frag out. This is going to be scary whenever they're on defense. But also, Luminosity, they pretty much have a similar playstyle. Luminosity are pretty much like organized chaos to me, okay? Whenever they go into a site together, any single one of them can go off, from Hyena to Doodle all the way over to Rexon. You'd never know who's really going to pop off, and if all of them start playing well and start shooting together, right? I mean, this team can run away with it. They come up with, you can't even call it an upset at this point.
Thing is, you saw that stat pop up just on the screen a moment ago. Rogue is on fire on this map right now. 4-0 record currently in their past matchups. Wow. So this is looking like a strong map for them. And it makes sense when you consider, actually here we can take a look, but 92 Dream Team recently, this is how they qualified, by the way, and made it into this point of the tournament. This goes back to, if I recall correctly, week 1 of Stage 2. So a little bit back in the past now, about a month ago. We saw 92 Dream Team, now Luminosity, take down Rogue 7-4 on Clubhouse once again, which that goes back to that result from yesterday where they tied 6-6 in order to make it to this stage of the qualifier. So a nice chance now for Rogue to get a little bit of revenge for making them have to play those extra 3 weeks in the other qualifiers that we've been playing out here in Stage 2.
But the funny thing is, I called out Rogue first to be a factor on this map for the simple fact that Slash Hug exists. He's going to be the Maestro god. If he happens to, when they're on defense, and if he's able to be Maestro, he can turn the tides with this entire map in just one round. We've seen him pull 3Ks, we've seen him pull 2Ks, we've seen him be a dominant force, and this is going to be it. Now, map number 1, first game of the day for the U.S. Nationals, the Western Conference. It's going to be Rogue and Luminosity. Let's go to the operator ban phase.
Rogue is going to start on the attacking side, so they will get the middle bans, the second attacker ban, the first defender ban. Luminosity will get the 2 outside bans, as they will be starting on the defense. Speaking of which, the first one should be rolling up right now, and our first attacker ban from Luminosity is going to be Capitao, which we've seen happen more and more ever since his change that happened actually quite a while ago now. Obviously, with the amount of window play, especially on the second floor site on this map, there's quite a bit of versatility to him, so useful to knock him out. So the defenders have a little bit more room to play with.
All right, next one's going to be IQ, which is going to be interesting now. So now that IQ is out of play, is Echo going to be banned as well? He's probably going to be an instant ban. But I really like the Capitao ban because Capitao, you used to use those bolts to clear out areas. Now, use them to get rid of bandit charges, which is going to be really good on basement. And yeah, there goes the Echo ban almost immediately. You take IQ off the board. She is a hard counter. She is Echo's only counter, to be quite honest.
Oh, and the more interesting thing is Mira is going to be banned out instead of something like a Valkyrie or even potentially like a Pulse as well.
That's interesting.
When you consider the fact that IQ is now out of the mix, that's really going to increase the potential of operators like Pulse, like Valkyrie. If we get any outside cameras, unless they're in the more predictable positions, they're not going to be very easy to spot out, especially if they get mixed in the trees or another very hard to spot area. Pulse as well is going to be harder to track down because we know how much power he can bring to this map. So it's time to see him. There you go. Immediately he's going to be picked. Valkyrie's going to be picked. So already you're going to be seeing these 2 factors come into play. Of course, you were talking about Maestro before as well. He's also going to be locked in by Hyena here. So quite a bit of gadget play is going to be used by Luminosity because of the choice by Rogue to ban IQ and then knock out Echo as really their only gadget ban to deal with the fact that they've knocked Echo out of the pool.
The last 72 teams meta, Vertical was an absolute monster, going 16-8. But on the flip side, you would expect a player like Rexon to really step up and be, the counterpoint to that matchup. Rexon was 5-9. So Luminosity they're going to have a chance to be able to start fresh again, start brand new. Rexon's going to be able to wake up and say, hey, this is going to be the day that I'm going to stick it straight to Rogue. Pixel on Pulse is going to be extremely important. Now that IQ is out of the game, Pixel isn't going to be hunted down. He's going to be harder to find. he is going to be a nuisance against this Rogue roster. So let's see what they're going to have up their sleeves jumping into the very first round. We're going to see Tomas running around, throwing out vault cams, gathering some intel, and yeah, he's going to hold it down over at front door.
And of course, see Rogue taking things very slowly, as we're kind of used to expect with Rogue, a very slow, very tactical approach to things is the team you expect to see, or the team play, I should say, that you expect to see from Rogue overall. Whereas with Luminosity, you don't expect that. You expect craziness. You expect really heads-up plays. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see these two very different styles end up clashing. You might get an example of that right now. Vert, though, is going to be the one that makes the heads-up play this time around as he just deletes Thomas, aiming at heads quite literally as he deals with Valkyrie nice and early. Those cameras, though, still out in the open, so Valkyrie, even from the grave, can still be useful here.
So pretty much in the secondary drone phase, we're going to see the Nomad, which is going to be Shuttle's going to drone out the second floor. Those air jabs are going to be quality, especially going against a team like Luminosity. You see Jaeger in play with Rex, and you know he's going to be rotating left and right. Why not shut that down? And that's exactly what he's going to do, especially when it comes to Pixel coming up from behind with the extra intel that's going to be given to him with his cardiac sensor. With a few hard breaches coming out, there's going to be a lane that's going to open up for Rogue, and already being up a life and, you know, a little bit less than 2 minutes to go, they're in good footing.
Got easily, of course, going to be messing with the windows here on Thermite a little bit, trying to play for intel. They should have, oh, actually, no, the camera's going to do a good job, or the Evil Eye, I should say, going to do a good job of knocking out those drones, and will deny the immediate intel on Doodle. It should still be quite obvious with the reinforcement in the back of Projector, though, that someone is going to be in that position and they'll have to deal with it. Without Capitao, it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. They still have track stingers, but besides that, unless they want to try to save like an air jab or something like that, which would be a bit weird because we don't normally see it used that actively, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try and flush out. Here we go, though. A good chance for Pixel to strike, and he's going to thrive in it. Knock Shuttle right out of the game, and a successful Pulse C4.
That's going to be 2 straight kills for Luminosity. Like I said, organized chaos. The fact that you're able to let Rexon and Pixel run free doing what they want, that's scary. But Vertical is going to shut that down, getting his second kill of the round. Rexon knows exactly where he is. The intel has been gathered. But look at his teammate right there. He's planning to avenge him. But holding down Yellow is going to be his #1 thing. But rotating around on the roof, Vertical is going to get right out of there, and Slash Hug is going to take Doodle out the game.
So Rogue, I mean, barely even having to set foot in the building here so far to pick up kills. Luminosity, maybe a little bit of an issue here as they're very keen on taking duels, peeking out against the windows against the players from Rogue. To be fair, drone intel has also flushed quite a few of the members of Luminosity out of coverage as well, so it's not entirely due to their own aggression. But now time getting low, Rogue does have to make a move. They're on site. They can make the play happen. Plant's going to go down. Rexon trying to deny this. You can see that an Evil Eye is going to attempt to take him down. You heard that sound for the distance. It doesn't matter, though. They've got him covered. Oh, no! Vertical accidentally knocks out Slash. And that is going to bring this down to a 2v1. A chance for Hyena to clutch. We'll have to see. It's going to be difficult. The pre-fire not really landing, just gives away his position. And he has to deal with players on reverse rappel. It'll be a tiny angle to deal with. He knows they're going to be on the outside. Tries to take the Bailiff at close range, but it will not pay off easily. Finishes off the round, and Rogue get off to a booming start.
The upside down rappel was just a guaranteed kill at this moment for Easily, as he's able to pick up the easy kill and a win for his team, even though a team kill actually happened. But I was concerned for Rogue. Rogue, after the first kill, it was taking them a while to go ahead and have presence on the site, especially when it came to Yellow Stairs. Within the last 20 seconds, Rogue started to push heavily towards Yellow Stairs to gather all of the attention from Luminosity. When Luminosity rotated all 3 of their members over there, you saw the plant start to go down by Easily. Rogue got the plant down, but Easily wasn't alone. Once Luminosity saw exactly what was happening, a player was running back to go ahead and kill the planter, but he had help on rappel outside of balcony. So Rogue had the clean plant, the clean kill, and also the clean win to go ahead and try to set the tone, being up 1-0.
Rogue also had a lot of, as far as I can tell anyway, Rogue had a lot of drone intel very early on in that round. So I think they were able to matrix up their players correctly to where basically what you saw at the end happened. If anyone from Luminosity tried to rotate into the wrong position, they would immediately get culled by someone on rappel or holding a far away safe angle. Rogue set themselves up really well for success there. And although, as you were saying, they did come very close to pushing the timer, still had pretty good control over the situation at the end of it.
So that's interesting. Whenever we watch Consulate, we always see a heavy push over from admin office or a heavy push towards Yellow Stairs. Rogue, though, a different look. Rogue actually piggybacked off of Vertical's slaying ability earlier on in the game. By holding on to Skylight, Vertical was able to pick up, I believe, 2 kills, 3 kills, clearing out the entire yellow area. Luminosity, once they backed up, Rogue still took their time. Luminosity didn't answer back in time. Rogue prospered, and let's see if they can go ahead and extend their streak. That was a great strat that they did, but their patience almost cost it them. They were thankful that Luminosity was really late on that rotate back in the projector to stop that point.
So they spotted the punched a window from when Valkyrie threw a camera out earlier, so they're going to get a little bit nervous about that. Throw down 2 of those air jab charges just to make sure there's no run out. Unfortunately, those are more than likely going to end up going wasted. As like I was saying before, it was just a punch out in order to throw a Valkyrie cannon to be open. Valkyrie should be able to be aware of this if they actually want to attempt a run out as well. So like I said, not much going to be found from that. Rogue taking very much the same opener here, though a very slow start to this one as Luminosity has chosen to go for the same exact site once again. They are taking some different angles this time, though. Much more of an approach focus on the first floor. Actually, it is looking like Rexon may decide to play around with the windows instead over by Piano, as he's now in position to try and throw some aggression out against Rogue here.
All right, and Eclipse already establishing his dominance over an admin, shooting holes through the floor to see if he can go ahead and pick up a shot or two. A little bit of utility coming in from Abana, which is going to be Slash Hug. He's going to open up some more lanes onto the site. So this is going to be immediate admin dominance. The real estate is going to be gathered by Rogue. A minute and 30 seconds left, and a drone coming through. Shuttle isn't able to see anybody just yet. But now, Luminosity, they know exactly where the attack is coming from, especially with the audio cue coming in from the track Stingers.
Minute and 15 left. Rogue again, now with a massive amount of control across the map. They do have admin with the stairs opened up. And as you can see here with Eclipse's position, are right at the portal, leaning into projector / meeting room here. At the same time, Pixel has got himself a lineup, was able to straight.
They have to stop Pixel. They know where he's going.
Yeah, he's the big counter intel grab against him right now, and Doodle is going to be able to capitalize on this one, is able to find out easily. That's on window repel. In the meantime, you can see Pixel looking to see if he can potentially line up an angle to knock out these players directly above him. This is the C4 opportunity if there is going to be one. Not sure if he's got soft flooring to work with, though, so he's a bit hesitant on it, and actually tries to use Thomas instead, but Eclipse reads into it. Gets the better out of Thomas and trades 1 for 1.
All right, Gorilla with the thick entry kill. Able to move right on up service stairs, looking right in the projector. There's a nice long angle going all the way from the A site towards the B site. So he's going to be able to pick up a headshot if someone runs in his line of sight. This can happen to be Doodle, but Doodle's in trouble. In projector, and 12 seconds to go. Hyena, so go ahead and take off Eclipse. That's going to be 2 straight kills for Luminosity. Coming through a Toxic Babe. Rogue, they're stalling on this push. The diffuser's currently down and not enough time to go. Luminosity able to hold Rogue back as they save their KD, and hey, Luminosity are going to tie things up.
Now that's what Luminosity were hoping to happen in the last round as well, basically being able to stall it down to timer. This time Rogue, well, more specifically, we don't see anywhere near the slaying power coming out from them in the early round like we had happened previously, as I believe it was either Slasher easily able to pick up those multiple kills right at the beginning, giving them a good start, a nice 5v3 to start out from, even before they actually went into the building. Didn't have that luxury this time, and as you could tell, it was much more difficult to actually push their way forward.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of heavy window play coming in a projector from Rogue, but not a lot more coming in from the admin side and also yellow stairs. Rogue took way too long when it came to attacking this side against Luminosity, and by running out of time and those 2 untimely deaths coming in against Rogue from Luminosity, 1 coming in from Spiral Stairs, they were able to get the easy win. But now we're going to go ahead and change the bomb site. As Luminosity, they want to go somewhere new to try some different strategy, which is going to be one of my favorite sites on the game. It's going to be Garage. Pixel, so there's a cause for concern here. Pixel helped out Luminosity so much. The fact that he wasn't challenged in that one time that entire round. He wasn't touched, he wasn't shot at, he wasn't challenged. They had no idea where he was. He was able to give out so much intel to his teammates. Whenever you saw that ping, that yellow dot on your screen, that's him saying, hey, there's a guy right here in Visa. There's a guy right here coming up Visa Stairs. And that's why Eclipse on Visa Stairs wasn't a huge impact for Rogue. They knew where he was, and that's why Doodle put up with the shotgun to wait for him to peek in. But now, we're in Garage, and let's see how Rogue are going to plan to attack this.
Yeah, Rogue's going to have to adjust their strat a little bit to deal with that on future attack rounds upstairs if we do end up running into one. Thankfully, Pulse will be slightly less of a threat now that we're on basement. Still a threat, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Just not as much of one since he's not going to have free reign over basement. He'll be able to quite literally walk wherever he pleases to get intel through the entire building. Doesn't have as much freedom this time.
One thing I wanted to point out to the new viewers out there, I know a lot of you are professionals, you're all diamonds in your own eyes. Those dots that I believe Maestro was, the holes that Maestro was putting into the wall, if you have to put 4 holes into the wall, you can hear sound more. It's science, don't argue with it. That's just a little tip for the newcomers out there. I know there's a few new heads that come into the stream left and right, but already,
that's
Pixel, he's able to give off some information as Pulse.
That's how surround sound works, right?
Yeah.
You just have 4 speakers.
Hey.
There you go, 4 holes in a wall, now you can hear the next room.
Exactly, there you have it. But Eclipse is being aggressive already with Gridlock, opening up all types of hatches and moving down. We see the track singers currently come out to stop a run out. And on Visa's stairs to see what Eclipse is going to have up his sleeve.
So a slow start again here for Rogue once again, and it does appear that Pixel, like you had been mentioning, has already got one player in his sights. How well he's going to be able to actually stop them is still yet to be seen, because like I said, it's more of a direct confrontation he has to deal with this time instead of having the safety of either 1 or potentially 2 floors between him and his opponents to work with. Shuttle's also going to make his first entry into Visa. He's got Vert with him over by Spiral. We'll get spotted out by the camera, but it's just a default, so no big deal on that one. They'll start to work their way down. Keep in mind, again, 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining here. Still not with a whole lot of control. Thankfully, Garage, you don't necessarily need the control, as you can go for a somewhat shock and all execute. It's this player in Bathroom, though, they still have to deal with and could potentially waste another 20 to 30 seconds if played properly. Eclipse, going to be able to find Rexon elsewhere, however, on the map, taking him out and giving Rogue a 5v4 start. Now, you'll notice, of course, the player inside of Bathrooms can very easily attempt to retreat, but he's going to get shut down before he can make it all the way down the hall. Vertical takes him down, doesn't confirm the kill just yet, however, that was actually Pixel that was found out. So now you have another player down, Valkyrie potentially going down, so this is already a possible 2v5 with 0 damage done to anyone from Rogue.
Yeah, Vertical with a very great line of sight coming in from that hatch. We see Hyena go ahead and pick up his teammate Tomas. But 30 seconds left to go, and the Toxic Babe currently coming out. Eclipse is going to go ahead and get a double kill. Tomas and Hyena, they're going to fall victim to the AUG, and yeah, with the air jabs coming in play, Vertical picks up yet another kill, and that's going to be a flawless round. Rogue were given no problems at all. Pixel wasn't a factor. No matter how much intel he was able to gather, Rogue ran straight through him. The thing about Rogue, they're, what's that word where is out of the norm? I'm brain farting right now. It's like 2 in the morning. Rogue are throwing all of these different looks of Luminosity. They're not trying to charge in. Yeah, right. They're not trying to charge in straight through garage door. They're coming in from the backside. They're coming in from up top, opening up all the hatches, and Luminosity, they don't know what to do about that.
It's
These
also
looks that we don't see often.
It's a very similar issue to what happened on round 1. Because they allowed Rogue to set up. Like Luminosity's roamers did not have anywhere near the impact that time that they did.
None at all.
Mainly Pixel that they did on round number 2. So they were just given all the angles they needed, and essentially they just kind of trapped Luminosity and then made them panic with the execute and caught at least 2 or 3 of them on rotate on the way back down, made it very easy to execute, and turned it into that flawless round that it became at the end of the day.
I agree. My cause for concern is the fact that Rexon has been He's been Jaeger these last 2 rounds, and he hasn't been a factor. Unable to get a kill, unable to get a down, unable to get an assist, nothing. It's been a 4v5. He hasn't been put into a position to make a play. This isn't all his fault. This is the fact that Rogue, they're going heavy when it comes to finding these roamers and taking care of them. But Tomas is going to be on Valka, getting in some valuable cameras. Let's see if he could be a difference maker. Luminosity, for the past 3 rounds, they've had all of the intel gadgets on their side to put them up in the lead whenever it came to any type of decision making, but it hasn't paid off except for 1 round.
All right, well, into another one here. We are, of course, going to change up the site. Luminosity's going to avoid the basement, and you can't really blame them with how well the round went for Rogue, so they're going to instead try a lobby hold, I believe, here, and see how well they're able to work on that. Oh, no, excuse me. Sorry, it is basement again. My bad. Apologies, guys. The silhouette threw me off. That looks, if you look at it from there, it looks like lobby piano, so that's my bad.
I'm not mad at you for that. It's okay. All right, so already running through admin is going to be Vertical. Pretty aggressive. Pretty sure he droned that out. And he's going to go ahead and challenge all he can. Yeah, there he is. Picked up his drone. He knows that the site is clear, and he's going to work his way top all the way to bottom, the right way to go about it. But Pixel, once again, making plays as post. He's going to be the top fragger for his team now with his 3rd kill.
So yet another one being found as he sends him flying, knocks out Gridlock as well. And as far as I can tell, before a majority of the track stingers were actually put onto the ground, which as we've been seeing over the past few weeks are an incredibly useful piece of utility. Nice counter here to try to get open the garage door. It's going to pretty much make this a no point to pop these open, as it's very little intel they're going to be able to gather from that. Oh, this is a great camera too. Great vision onto Nomad right now.
Oh, wow.
Spotted by Thermite, though, a second later. To be fair, if you do check in that closet, it is kind of obvious, but not many people check that closet.
So. No, not at all. One thing I want to point out in regards to strategy, those two holes over in their top left side of garage door, a lot of teams recently have been not trying to use Thermite to open up that door, but to open it up wide enough to go ahead and throw grenades in there. We've seen a lot of flashbangs coming through to go ahead and, you know, blind the defenders, and Rexen able to pick up a headshot, but the refrag is going to come through. And Shuttle, he's going to take Tomas off the map. Vertical, he's going to add in his 2 cents, getting a headshot of his own. So with Pixel going down his pulse, that's going to be big. But Rexen in a great position to go ahead and try to pick up a kill. Piano is under complete control from Rogue, which is going to make life a living hell for him. But standing right behind his bomb site, there's not much he can do. There's not a lot of places he can move either. If someone comes down yellow stairs and the attack comes from up top, he could be in trouble, but he flips it onto its side as he picks up his second kill of the round with a nice kill.
So down to a 2v2 now is Shuttle, able to trade it back once again. Both teams neck and neck. The thing is, though, timing is eventually going to make the best of the situation for Luminosity. Rogue need to push into the site soon. And unfortunately, they don't have the greatest position to do that. You can see Doodle, he's going to panic, throw out yet another Toxic Babe when he already had one pretty much primed on the stairs there, but it was probably close to expiring anyway, easily. Now stressed for time. So when you over push to the inside, ends up going down. That's going to leave this probably in too low time of a situation. Our Nomad player Shuttle ends up getting knocked out by Hyena, and Luminosity barely, but at the end of the round, hold much stronger control as they take another tying point now at 2-2.
Hyena and Rexen definitely held it down, man. The fact that they lost all ground when it came to having control of Piano. You had people coming in from yellow and also damage coming in straight from garage door. You would think that Rogue were going to win 30 seconds before the round ended, but the fact is, once Rexen was able to get that first kill on the Piano and he was able to rotate out, it cleared the way for Luminosity. And Rogue, you know, hey, they pretty much got stomped on when it came to that. Hyena doing an absolute great job on Maestro so far. You'll love to see it, but we're going to have to give credit to the entry fragger. It's an unlikely entry fragger, but I'm going to call him that. Pulse with his C4s have been amazing because Rogue has not put in any type of effort to shut him down. But that's all in part to IQ being banned out the game. Vertical on top though, 6-1. He's been an animal, but the rest of the team, they've done a great job as well. Stats, like we've said plenty of times, they don't tell the full story.
We're going to go back to the second floor once again as, well, we just completed those 2 rounds by playing out the basement. So no reason to stick with a third site, as Luminosity were able to figure out their mistakes from the first time they played on this site and are now going to go right back to it. Let's see if Rogue has figured out the problems that they were facing and not being able to get enough control when they played this on attack the second time. If they can try to pick up another round, or if it's still LG that's going to have good control here on the second floor.
No, we're going to have to call it out. The thing about Rogue, which is actually, it sucks, man. When it comes to LAN presence, they have all of it. They're so amazing at LAN. They're the last 2 NA teams to ever win a LAN in NA. You know, USN, of course, Rogue, Team USA. Rogue also won the DreamHack. But when it comes to online play, it's been inconsistent, and I'm not sure why. I can't put my finger on it. But lately, they've been actually on a tear. Luminosity, on the other hand, they started off extremely hot about a month ago. They've cooled down ever since. The honeymoon phase is absolutely over, so now we're able to see who the real Luminosity actually is. I love their latest pickup when it comes to Pixel, as we've seen him be an absolute factor, picking up those heartbeats with his cardiac sensor. He's been a driving force for this team's success.
So we're going to see Rogue move in, start to take control. Visa, once again, is pretty much an open door for them. So they're going to be able to walk in, take easy control here. They're getting it much earlier this time, still with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Going to have a lot more time to play out and try to get better control towards the windows, probably towards balcony as well. Hopefully drone intel is not going to fail them this time either. It seemed like it was a bit more lacking in the second attempt compared to the first time.
All right, let's take a look at Slash with Habana, able to open up, line of sight going in the side, and with a flashbang coming through, Doodle's going to back up, and Tomas utilizing those vault cams to see if he's going to be able to call somebody out. A little bit of droning coming through. We have a minute and 30 seconds left. The drone's going to go ahead and get shot out. Let's see if Slash is going to be able to act on the intel he's been currently given. We're taking his time currently in admin. All of the space belongs to them, but Eclipse on service stairs. He might be able to get a kill if he moves in and makes the right play, but Tomas being on yellow stairs can also disrupt the plan from Rogue. It's moving in slowly. You hear the Evil Eye currently trying to shoot out a few drones. Not sure if Rogue got rid of that, but Aina currently in bathroom. He's trying to pick off first person that pushes into sight, but easily he's going to have balcony presence over on balcony and Slash Hug. Able to take out Doodle with a nice headshot. A nice gunfight. Hyena's going to go ahead and pick up the kill on Eclipse, and Rogue, they're going to be able to even the odds. Pixel's still alive as Pulse. He's going to be a factor. He's going to be able to call out everywhere Rogue are trying to attack. And with a C4 coming through, he knows exactly where they are. And yeah, he's going to whip that C4 with the run out. Rexon tried to be a playmaker, but Slash had got the best of him en route to a 2K. The diffuser currently going down by easily now. Tomas, he's in a fight or flight mode. He's definitely going to fight, but being down with the 44. Semi, Rogue, they're going to get the last 2 kills, and they're going to go ahead and win round number 5. With Pixel being taken out right there by Frandesa was so unfortunate, and you have to start questioning. Late game, is he impacting a round as much as he's doing earlier on in the game? We've seen him utilize that cardiac sense with nobody even trying to, clear him out at all. He's able to get all the intel needed and, get a C4 kill here or there. That round, he didn't do much with that C4. We saw the run out from Rexon where both of his teammates died. So Pixel being all the way underneath on the first floor, sometimes basement, he has to run so far over to the site to help out his teammates. And it didn't work out in their favor. But Luminosity still being down by 1 round. This is the last round before halftime. Let's see how they're going to fare.
And defuse bombs.
Taking a look at the stats. Vertical obviously on top. Only 1 kill last round. But like I said before, when they matched up yesterday, Vertical was the standout player. 16 and 8. It was absolutely insane. You'll love to see it. Vertical, he was picked up before U.S. Nationals. And they won that LAN. And Vertical, ever since, whenever he's on LAN or just period on this team, he is the most dangerous person if you ever put him on an island. He's a playmaker, he makes it happen. And along with the rest of this team, I mean, that's pretty much, their calling card. They're all playmakers. Their biggest question is if they can all fire off at the same time. But Tomas throwing out a vault cam. Let's see if that's going to be great placement last round. It wasn't that good. We saw a player running straight through the front door and shoot it out the closet. And that's going to be it. Let's see if Luminosity can go ahead and answer back. By the way, while I have this free time, chat, listen. Blue Stokes and I, we give out a lot of money, and I'm dead serious about this because it was a huge discussion. These Venmo clips, they better be popping. Don't slack on them. Don't half-A anything you guys send us. $500 goes to first place. That list should be full by the end of tonight. It should be. But XK Rose coming out. It's going to open things up towards yellow stairs. Let's see how Rogue is going to go ahead and act on that. A few air jabs coming in, I believe, towards piano and yellow stairs. Rogue, they're starting to dominate with that presence over there, which is something they didn't do before. All right, Pixel. Checking the camera, seeing if he could find anybody out of place right now. He can come up off of a huge flank. But let's see if it's actually going to happen. He's going to be on roof right now with some presence coming in from window on top yellow. Rexon, the playmaker for this team. Let's see if he's going to do anything. And no, Slash is going to make quick work for him. Pretty unfortunate because nobody was in the same vicinity as Rexon. You have one player in the bathroom, but he was unable to get the refrag. So Rexon, once again, one of Luminosity's biggest playmakers, are currently out the game. They're going to fight down low. Pixel's going to go in and get the best of Vertical. So there you have it. Nice trade coming in from both teams. All right, now as we push down towards 1 minute and 5 seconds, Rogue, they're definitely moving way faster than they did before. Earlier on in the map, they were taking their time. They weren't really offering a lot of presence inside the building. This time around, they started to heat up a little bit. With a flashbang coming through, I'm wondering if they're going to go ahead and act on it. Yeah. A few gunshots coming in towards Doodle, and with the SMG-11, he doesn't have the scope to go ahead and compete against the likes of an ACOG. And with the Yellow Stairs presence, Slash Hug is going to go ahead and bop Hyena off the map. Let's see what's going to happen now. 35 seconds left to go, and with the piano presence, Shuttle, let's go ahead and clear it out. Trying to pick up the second kill, Slash Hug is going to go ahead and get the 3K. It's going to leave Pixel all alone. Rotate from piano all the way towards front desk. With a C4 going up, it's not going to hit his mark. And with the diffusers currently going down, Slash Hug, he's going to get the final kill. And Rogue, they're going to go ahead and win round number 6, going up 2 rounds against Luminosity. And I'm telling you, you do not want to go down at all against Rogue. Once this team catches fire, yes, they've been inconsistent, but once they catch fire, I mean, it's pretty much all she wrote. So Luminosity, we're going to have to see if they're going to answer back. All right, now with the sides currently being switched, Eclipse, he's going to go ahead and don that Maisha. We've seen him do work with it. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and repeat that same success. And Vertical is going to try his chance on post. Like I said, Vertical on an island is one of the scariest players in the game. And Slash, he's going to go ahead and pick Castle. So with this going second floor, I'm pretty sure he's going to go ahead and cancel out a few windows towards Projector, maybe, or CEO. To see what Rogue plans to do this time on defense. They've been pretty strong on defense lately. You saw the stats earlier from CCG. Shout out to them. They showed that, hey, Rogue has been 4-0 lately when it comes to this. And the way the rounds are won hasn't been heavily objective-based. Rogue, more than Luminosity, were able to wipe out the entire team, and that's been the way we've been winning these rounds. But even though I was hyping up Vertical this entire time, Slash Hug has quietly started to step up, especially with a 3K coming in from the last round.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
All right, let's see if Luminosity can answer back.
Moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
All caster professionalism out the window. Luminosity, they've been one of my favorite teams only for the fact that once they really came onto the scene as, you know, one of the up-and-coming NA rosters, they've been disgusting. And, you know, no bias, I expected nothing from the best of Luminosity. So them fighting back and evening the odds against Rogue shouldn't be a question at all. But it's all about motivation. It's all about can Rexon go back to being the beast that we know that he is. But Doodle on Buck, this is what we want to see. Doodle plays pretty much a passive role on defense. We saw him on Smoke a lot of times, I believe every single round. But him on Buck is going to offer that type of gameplay where he's able to run and gun and make a difference. He's going to challenge these gunfights. And most of the time, my man Doodle, he wins these. So I know I got a bit hype right there, but Luminosity on attack is what I've been waiting for. This is where we're going to see if they're really made of, you know, what it takes to go ahead and win this type of game.
As we get deeper into the round now, Luminosity taking a look at how they're taking an approach to this one. Already moving in through Visa. Pixel, of course, going to be supported by Drone. You've already got Visa control established upstairs as well. Team will probably take it nice and slow now. Already have a lot of advanced positioning established. Now it's more just a matter of trying to fish out hopefully a few kills here, and they'll establish a good right to execute.
Loading bag! Attackers have located a bomb.
Right, Luminosity on attack still, adding a lot of aggression. Slash, he's going to challenge his gunfight with Castle, the UMP. Not a gun that's going to favor you a lot in these altercations, but you know what? He's feeling pretty confident and trying to get the angle. Yeah, Doodle with Buck. It's going to go ahead and take easily out. Easily. I didn't mean to say it like that, but I'm really happy, man. Doodle's playing a role that suits him more than, you know, that passive play style, and there he is, getting the first blood off the board.
Shuttle as well, just poking right in to be able to find a trade, however, on the Pixel. Puts us right back where they started at 4-4. Rogue, of course, already in a good position here. Luminosity don't want to give up these man advantages so easily. Shuttle as well in a great spiral stairs position because everyone from Luminosity is already on the inside of the building. He's in actually a very safe spot right now. Very low chance he gets picked out. Meaning that now it's going to be a cross left to deal with. Another drone gets thrown in front of Eclipse. He'll be able to deal with that. And in the meantime, Vertical still causing problems over by the front door as well, because Luminosity does seem like they've pulled a few of their players back with very little time left here.
It's good to have you back, Blue, and it's good to have Vertical back roaming around by himself trying to make a difference. But that C4 is way off the mark. He's going to go ahead and whip that. So wasted utility and the stun coming through. Rexon is going to pick up this kill, and yeah, he's able to get it on the clips. It's going to be 3 straight kills for Luminosity. In a 1v3, let's see if Slash is going to have it in him. And Luminosity, they're going to go ahead and win their very first round on attack quite easily. I love the aggression, I love their pushes, and I love the confidence that they currently have.
Seemed to kind of come out of nowhere at the end, though. It was getting worried for them considering their positioning. They weren't really able to find a good way to poke into the actual sites. But at the end, like you said, that triple kill from them just came out of absolutely nowhere and was able to lurch them back ahead into a 3v1 where they then took control. Now setting us up at 4-3. Close game. It seems it's going to go the full distance here today unless Rogue reawakens very quickly. They are not going to attempt the upstairs site again. Instead, they'll transition down to the basement and make an attempt at this, where they've had much better results on their attacking side, at least.
It's pretty interesting. Slash Hug on Maestro, last time he was on USN, was a beast. And so far Maestro has gone through 2 separate members on the team, and it's not him, but that just shows the versatility that, and comfortability Rogue has when it comes to utilizing these operators. Vertical, once again, on Pulse, he's going to go ahead and make great plays, and he knows exactly where to be to gather in all the intel to see where Luminosity are currently attacking from. But now that the sides are switched, I feel like this is going to be Luminosity's strong spot, man. If Doodle can continue playing like that, my man can go ahead and make a huge difference in this matchup. But Eclipse on Mozzie, he's going to be able to throw out those pest launchers, gather in. He's a counter intel operator. He's going to be able to get some drones and, slay out on his own as a roamer. I'm going to see what effect he's going to have on this game.
All right, it's just a few seconds before Luminosity gets let out onto the board. We're going to see if they can keep their luck rolling here for the attacking side to swing them back into this game after Rogue took full control back at the end of their attacking half here. It's once again going to start over towards Visa more than likely, as they'll take this as an easy starting point for control upstairs to then clear out roamers if there are any from Rogue and work down slowly through Piano and eventually into the site by popping open the doors if that needs to be happened.
All right, Slash waiting for the presence to come in from yellow, but we all know it's going to come up from up top. Rexon is going to be downing Zofia, running around and trying to get a little more loose than he was on defense, where he really wasn't a factor into the very last few rounds. We're joining it out. They're going to work from top to bottom once again as Tomas shoots out a few default cameras. As Luminosity, you see they're going to work their way towards yellow stairs now and also in front of garage. Yeah, with the C4 coming out, it's going to stop any type of run out. And with the Nomad in play from Pixel, that means that Roamer's going to be at a bare minimum. They're going to be locked down on the site, and let's see how well they're going to be able to defend anybody that comes in from the Piano area. With the verticality coming in play, Eclipse is able to go ahead and knock Doodle out the game with a nice C4. It's a great way to start off the round.
Good way to start. We'll see if Rogue's able to return the favor. For the most part, we've been seeing a lot of 5v4s get immediately turned back around into 4v4s throughout the course of this match so far. So if that happens again, would not be too surprised. In the meantime, Eclipse are going to attempt to blind him out. Zofia trying to force the issue with blinding charges sent to the inside. Those Geschmats are not going to connect onto Eclipse, though, but he will fall back down the hatch regardless and is going to retreat downstairs. Again, giving a good amount of control to Luminosity relatively early into the round. Pixel as well finds the trade for his team to bring us into a 4v4.
All right, there you have it. A minute and 15 seconds left. It's going to be all to Luminosity. They have the ground to go ahead and do exactly what they want to do, but with the Vertical still alive, he's going to be able to call them out. But backing up, currently in front of Server, Vertical's going to be able to see one person. Yeah, there it goes. The intel is currently being given him with a Nitro Cell in his possession.
Can't really use it right here, though.
He can. He's waiting for him to move on over to the right side. He's unable to do it, and the air jab is going to go ahead and knock Eclipse down to make it easy for Pixel. He's going to get the 2K. Yeah, utility came in huge for Nomad. And Pixel's going to go ahead and be a victim of the C4 coming in from Vertical. And that's going to be 2 straight kills for Rogue as well. Great play.
Traded very much down to the end of the round, it seems like. They're going to throw a Toxic Babe, and it's not going to connect, however. As you can see, the plant goes off unhindered. Oh, no, it still manages to connect on him on the retreat, though, and a Hyena will end up going down to that. But they got the plant. Now it's all on Thomas to clutch. Already found the first kill by knocking out Bert. Just him versus our smoke player uneasily right now. He's going to try to run out here. Thomas holds close to the red wall, though, and walks back in, catches him for free. It's another round for Luminosity as they tie it up.
easily just strafing back and look, Rex, he called it out. Like easily just roaming left and right in the middle of the doorway between that thermite hole. He was pretty much the easy target when it came to that clutch. Rogue, I would say they gave Luminosity that round. They gave Luminosity that round. That was a great clutch, but just everybody was in the wrong place at the right time when it came for that kill. Never been so scared in my life. I wish I read the rest of that. All right, tied game, Blue. This is it.
Yep, this is it. This is where we're going to see who was able to really push ahead here. Like we said before, it's been really close between these two teams. Constant back and forth affair with Luminosity most recently, of course, taking control on the attacking side. But Rogue, a second attempt here to play out into the basement. We'll see if they have better results as they attempt their third defensive round now. Getting very close at the very minimum. Like I said before, they've been able to trade very well against Luminosity. Just a bit questionable in some of those late round situations.
And my man Pixel on top with that 2K, getting up to 8 kills off of that round. I want to say that round was won solely off of Pixel. Pixel was in a scenario where he was not supposed to win that. Rogue, they were working out a little bait and switch over on Yellowstone. And if it wasn't for that air jab, Pixel was done. He was done. He probably would have got 1 kill out of the fight or whatnot, but it wasn't likely to fall in his favor. That air jab, if you don't have any impact nades or C4 or whatnot, they're hard to get rid of. You can hear them, they're hard to see them. But then when they knock you down on your butt, hey, there's not much you can do, and Pixel capitalized on that. Great job by him.
Here comes Luminosity once again. Out on the board and already working up, at least in Rexon's case, into the Visa office. You other players going to be starting to work their way forward, probably inside of primary Visa as well. Besides this, I see a nice slow start to the round once again as they move their way in. So Admin taking control here, and then onward to the first floor.
Like I said before, it's pretty much textbook. Whenever you attack this site, you're going to have to work top to bottom. But Rogue, they haven't had any type of roaming presence on the second floor. So pretty much, crossing their T's and dotting their I's. Luminosity, they're doing everything that they're supposed to do right now to make sure that they're not caught up, up by surprise by anybody. But now that they're fighting from up top the second floor, you're going to have to remember that vertical is running loose, this pulse. And that verticality that's going to work in this favor when it comes to that cardiac sensor and also the C4 can make a difference. But Doodle, he knows somebody's in bathroom. By pinging it, I'm sure he's probably waiting for help currently. But he knows that there's a fight waiting for him. The question is he going to attack that on his own? Or is that player going to drop down the hatch and run away? But Eclipse is going to go ahead and hack a drone, so he's going to try to get intel on his own.
Pop open this wall in just a moment here. Doodle waiting for the opportunity to present itself here. Of course, having a lot more issues this time finding that initial kill, finding a fight in general that they can win as they are trying to flush out the bathroom player. They'll succeed in doing that, but the problem is they fail to catch him. They had a trap set up for him here through the holes in the ground, but not going to be able to flush out that member of Rogue. So everyone else going to stay alive on the defense downstairs. This is going to get a lot more difficult defense. As you saw there a second ago, too, also has a drone of their own, so they can play in for some serious intel right now against the attacking side.
Well, Slashhug basically abandoned play, wasn't able to come in and stop the hard breach coming in the garage. So Heine was going to go ahead and get a clear thermal exit charge over on one of those doors. I'm sure if it's to left or right. And with the frag grenade coming in, Pixel's going to toss out an air jab. Well, scoped in, he's waiting to see if the pitch is going to come through. And Slashhug, he moved up. He's testing it. Question is he going to go ahead and make that play, but with the diffuser currently going down and Buck going wild with Doodle up top, Pixel is going to pick up the first kill in this engagement. Eclipse right behind him, and with a flurry of kills coming in for Rogue, it's currently going to be a 4v3 with under 30 seconds to go. The plant didn't go down, by the way.
Not on the ground, still down over at the garage door. Thomas is going to reattempt it now as he picks it back up. However, he's going to get forced out pretty much immediately due to the still active Toxic Babes in the area. On the smoke being played by Easily. Still even has one more due to the low time. He's just going to chuck it out there just to prevent any attempt at it. I think he actually threw it a little bit short, so they'll make an attempt at it anyway. Eclipse able to pick up one in the meanwhile, and with Doodle dead, more than likely timing is going to make them run out of, time to plant this. And there you go. Rogue will win on the timer. A few trades at the end, of course, as you might expect with Luminosity forcing the issue, but Rogue still has full control at the end of the day.
Rexon tried to get in that 2K coming in from Yellow Stairs. He tried to make a play, but it just wasn't on time. The diffuser almost went down. But even with the scuffed Toxic Babe, Rogue was able to push Luminosity out of that way. It's pretty interesting, interesting knowing that Luminosity was able to go ahead and get that breach in with enough time to go ahead and get that plant down. They couldn't do it because of the presence over near Black Card and also Yellow Stairs. Luminosity failed on that push, and Rogue has been so strong. It's brawn, man. The straight muscle. Rogue is, they're trying to muscle out Luminosity. The one flaw I'm going to say in that round was the stall when it came to fighting the guy that was in bathroom. There was about 30 seconds in between when Doodle saw him, pinged him out, and then finally got help. The guy was able to run away unscathed. He was able to drop through the hatch and run away to help out his teammates. That was a kill that would have helped out Luminosity big time.
With Luminosity now falling behind, they'll have to come up with a new plan here. Versus try find better success. In the meantime, Rogue going to change up their sight once again, of course, and now we'll see that play into Lobby and Piano, as they are not going to go back to the second story, considering the kind of crazy execute that we saw at the last minute from LG there. It seems like Rogue wants to avoid having to go up against that again due to how strong it was and how successful of a last-minute push, and allowed for Luminosity to pick up the round.
All right. Start of the action phase. Let's see what Doodle's going to do. And this aggression is what I love from Doodle, man. I love the confidence when it comes to this. And with a little pre-fire coming through, he's unable to hit the mark. You see the outline, but that player's going to now run away now that he saw the fury of gunfire currently coming in. It's going to be 3 players. It's going to be running into the second floor of this site. Rogue are finally going to answer back with a few roamers of their own up there. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out.
So drone intel working its way forward here now for LG. Of course, starting to take control of admin first. As they work their way through, this has just become basically your standard opener here from LG. We'll see how they try to vary it beyond that, as Rogue is going to have a much more difficult matrix of defense to deal with this time around. What Luminosity have been dealing with against these basement plays is not very one-dimensional anymore. Now you've got to be a little bit more careful with your drone intel. Make sure you're properly scouting things out. Otherwise, you could find yourself walking into a death trap very easily.
Yeah, Doodle's playing with danger right now, droning out, knowing that there's people right up there. With the ping coming out, they definitely know where they are. So Rogue with the intel on their side. See if they're going to go ahead and slay out. Doodle currently still in the same spot. He's going to cook, but Naden, by tossing it right through this hole, is unable to connect, barely. Great angle, but he just barely missed right off the mark. He's going to try again. Yeah, if he's able to get a little bit...
Force them down.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he wasn't touched by it, but it was still close enough to make a difference. Doodle, great attempts, unable to connect, and Luminosity still a minute, 8 seconds left on the clock. All HP remains on every single one of these players.
Slash, in the meanwhile, holding a pixel angle here, hoping he's able to find someone. Luminosity on the outside. Might end up being Rex if he swings wide enough, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Seems to be playing appropriately in order to avoid something like that. We do have drone intel coming in. They're able to isolate out 1 or 2 of these defenders and force them further back over towards Spiral. Doodle, in the meanwhile, trying to take duels from Visa office downstairs, but is not going to be able to line up any sort of opportunity for himself, and that will, of course, cause Rogue to once again play more passively. 35 seconds left. Luminosity probably starting to get a little bit worried about the timing of this execute due to the lack of kills they've gotten, and we should probably expect the first plant attempt to come in a moment or 2 here.
Yeah, tick-tock, time is running. 25 seconds left to go, and Luminosity barely put it in any of the strategy or the stops that Rogue has thrown at him so far. Vertical's still alive. He's still gathering that intel. His post untouched. I'm pretty sure Luminosity don't even know where he is. With gunfire coming in towards the bathroom, Rexon's going to go ahead and get the nice headshot, and Hyena's going to be right behind him. The defuser's going down, and with 4 seconds left to go, Luminosity, they're going to be able to get the objective down right on time, and there you have it. Tomas also getting a kill as soon as it went down. Luminosity late to the party, but hey, they brought the fireworks. It's Tomas and Rexon gets the final 2 kills. And Rogue, listen, this is a game, Blue.
It's a game indeed. Rexon here, I want to see the Spider-Man swing one more time. Swoops in for the final kill and picks it up. But there you go, and this is one thing you can always count on with Luminosity as well, as their capability to do these incredible last-minute takes and win at them as well, find success. Their entry capability is very, very good right now against really any North American team. And it's something that really needs to be feared and respected, and is something that Rogue is trying their best to respect, but doesn't seem to matter. Still going to end up tied 5-5 with neither team having an advantage.
This has been one hell of a game so far. Luminosity being able to answer back with less than 5 seconds left on the clock to get the diffuser down. That was absolutely big, and the fact that he was able to get that down with his teammates fragging out all around him to keep him alive, that was even better. I started to get worried once time started ticking, and it was less than 10 seconds, and Luminosity weren't on site yet, but they made it work and they made it happen. Vertical, 9 kills on top again, and he's going to be joined by Pixel, someone who's been on top, being extremely effective in, you know, getting great quality kills at the beginning of the rounds to help out Luminosity so far. Still in the prep phase, Eclipse. One more Evil Eye. Let's see where he's in the places. He's aiming for the second floor. Luminosity, they pushed the second floor, and you know, they didn't challenge Rogue too heavily when it came to that. They knew they were there. They were trying to get angles down low onto the bomb site. Once they weren't able to, you saw Luminosity jump out the windows, and they just attacked straight through the front door. They said, hey, you know, plan B, let's make it happen, and it worked for them extremely well.
Activating drone.
Got the rest of LG once again out on the field and probably going to see a very similar opener from them. As once more, they're headed against this lobby take. So, probably going to see players taking Visa first. Admin also going to be on the cards here for Luminosity over these next few seconds as they do take, like I said before, just this initial control so that they can start to work forward onto the map here and get the rest of their drone intel established. Rogue, as you were seeing on their own prep phase, much more split up once again this time around. Although, to be fair, that didn't end up really working. It did a great job of delaying Luminosity's eventual take, but on the take itself, because of how split it was, they weren't able to trade successfully. And here we go once again. Doodle walking right in. He's going to have himself a safe spot in break room after taking out Slash and leading the mute from the round.
After flirting with danger, Doodle's going to come out on top, and this is what you love to see from the aggressive buck play. But utilizing those skeleton keys, he's going to get lanes down below and see if he can pick up a kill or two. And Rexon, putting a little Spider-Man upside down rappel, is unable to see an outline of anybody just yet. He's aiming in the direction of an outline. He has to know someone is there, but he's unable to get the angle. It's going to be Eclipse, currently stunned. A little bit of pre-fire coming in from the out of 5.56, 81 bullets to spare. He's then able to connect it all, and Rexon is... I thought he was going to rotate the yellow stairs. Yeah, he's going to pick up a C4 and move forward.
Yeah, changing up his position, so no longer needs that Claymore guarding yellow stairs.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and save that for something a little bit more late round focused as he places it, just to watch for a run out instead. Hyena, in the meantime, still trying to take a duel against the player in bathroom, but Rogue has not been taking any of these duels. Rogue has been continuing to play passively, so in the meantime, Doodle is going to be able to wrap into the main lobby, start to set up once again to more likely prevent this player from being able to accomplish anything should they attempt to go for the play. Still the Evil Eye in the back too. Vert with a nice find. Deletes Doodle from the process. Pixel also goes down a moment later, so Rogue finding better success and being able to actually trade out against these aggressive push attempts. The problem is they're still happening, and they're still starting to push the tides back in Luminosity's favor. Rexon, with the most recent pickup, knocks out the Maestro.
But once for the fact, that Vertical is still alive, Rogue, they stand a very good chance. The 2K earlier on in the round definitely helped him out to even the odds, and with Pulse, he's even more deadly. You have a Legion in play from Shuttle. He's gonna be able to slow down any type of attack if they step on any of his goo mines, and with a little pre-fire going in the bathroom. Hyena, he's gonna run in and peek and get the kill on Easily. Easily knew exactly where he was coming from, hearing the audio cues from the footsteps. He was unable to win a gunfight, and with 5 seconds left to go, a great shot comes in from Shuttle. Can the diffuser currently go down? Yeah, here it is. Rin, drop, just kill him. That's gonna be a Shuttle. Takes out Tomas with a headshot, and Rogue 1 round away from taking this game away.
Rogue respond, and indeed, they are 1 round away from taking it. The problem is Luminosity are still only 1 round away from tying it up against them and triggering OTs. They are not out of the hot seat just yet. This is a good start, however, for Rogue. Much better control of their defense this time around. And although we still saw quite a few crazy entries from Luminosity, ultimately they did not make the impact needed for them to get onto the site and find the plant. Rogue still denies it, and once again, closes out a round on timer.
This is it. Cafeteria Garage. Luminosity, they're going to have to win. Rogue wins this. They move on to the finals to play the winner of the next matchup, which is Disrupt and... I'm blanking right now. TSM, there you have it. TSM's been on a tear lately, man. This is it. Mozzie, Smoke, Castle, Maestro, and Pulse. This could be the game-winning matchup.
Defenders, protect
Do you
your
think they have
bombs
what it
from
takes to
being
close it
defused
out,
by
Blue?
attackers.
We're going to have to see. It's been an incredibly back-and-forth affair, so to be honest, it wouldn't be too surprising if Luminosity were able to bring this back. Problem was, again, timing and just being unable to flush out some of those more hard-anchored defenders that we had from Rogue the last time that they attempted to go up against the basement take. So we'll see if they're able to adjust for the last attempt.
No, Blue, do you think Rogue is going to go ahead and close this out, man? I'm going to need a hard prediction.
I'm going to say yeah on this site.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think Rogue, as like I said, Rogue just got to keep playing passively and try to delay Luminosity for as long as possible. Don't let them get those incredibly aggressive executes that they've been so fond of, and well, for the most part, it's been so successful over the past half so far.
I like that breakdown you gave me.
Thanks, man.
But I'm going to have to agree with you, man. Rogue is definitely, I feel like they can close this out. And the reason why, I really love this post play from Vertical. And banning IQ, I don't know if it was because of Pulse or Echo, was a big mistake. Because when Pixel was on Pulse, he didn't have an answer to him at all. But Vertical on Pulse has been even deadlier. So with the site currently going to be on Garage and Cafeteria, that's going to make Pulse even stronger. So let's see what play he can make over in the server area.
Slash still looking for his place here. He's just going ringing around circles. Trying to look for something to play off of, but in the meantime, Hyena's not going to waste any time. Already
fast.
Popping open the garage door.
Wow.
Thankfully, no one from Rogue on, and the Nile Ops, they don't need to be too worried about that being popped open so early, but regardless, like I said before, yeah, Hyena just going right for it. It's going to get Luminosity off to a fast start with opening up the middle garage door.
All right, so clearing out the second floor, Luminosity basically, you know, checking all corners, making sure they're not going to get hit with a hard flank. But Vertical already called it out, one step ahead of him, calling out those heartbeats that he's currently pulling up. So with drones and clears coming in from the second floor, Luminosity are going to momentarily take this down low. Rexon on top of a desk going to try to drone out these yellow stairs. Yeah, it's not going to run into anybody at all, and we see the shadow. They don't. There's going to be somebody holding down bathroom. Doodle has been extremely passive when it comes to clearing this out. Let's see if, hey, the same is going to happen this time around. The drone gets shot out, and Doodle immediately runs towards front door.
Oh, they have the intel onto the bathroom player once again. At least they know who it is. And once again, this bathroom player not going to play around at all. They know that they've been running a buck pretty constantly. They see the opening, little wall above them getting popped, so we're immediately going to see the Mozzie played by Eclipse fall back downstairs. However, as you notice there, Slash is going to get clipped off elsewhere on the map, so Luminosity still get the kill they're looking for, just not necessarily in the place they were expecting to find it.
All right, Skeleton Keys coming in towards Piano. Let's see if Doodle's going to go ahead and make a difference with 2 frag grenades in his arsenal. He can probably pick up a kill or 2. But as you see, the entire site behind white van and black car is going to be cleared out. There's presence on the yellow stairs, and there's going to be a kill with a C4. Vertical, once again, taking out Pixel. Taking Nomad out the game. That's absolutely big. I'm not sure if the air jabs went out all the way yet, but Rexon with a nice angle coming in from bathroom is going to take Vertical out as well.
Thomas.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful position being taken up by him. A risky one, to be fair, but it gets the job done. Eclipse is able to trade it out. They are still a man down. It's only because of Eclipse getting aggressive upstairs that's changed the odds for them. Shuttle goes for 2, though, knocking out the entire attacking force for LG and leaving Thomas alone. He's got to do this. Walks right up. Tries to get that first kill. Doesn't confirm it just yet. Shuttle's still alive. He can provide intel. That's exactly what he's going to do. Give Eclipse all the messaging he needs to knock out Thomas and close out on the map, sending Rogue through into the West Coast Conference Finals next week.
Vertical had a nice C4 kill to get the first blood, but Shuttle is the man of the hour. That 2K with the Alda definitely put that win in Rogue's hands, and there you're going to have it. Rogue, they're going to go ahead and be your winners of game number 1. As Vertical is the MVP. See you guys next week. All right, Slash Hug. Great games between both of these teams within the last 2 days. Take a look at the kills. Vertical, Shuttle, and Eclipse. 34 kills between the 3 of them.
Crazy game.
And that's what I said before. So we know that Vertical can go off. We know that Shuttle can go off. Slash can go off. All of them can go off. But it's when multiple players on that team actually get into those double digits. That's when it gets scary, and that happened.
And, I mean, overall, the game was a bit of a scary one. We talk about Rogue's positioning incredibly back and forth, taking it all the way down to the very end of regulation there. At the end of it, only having that one round to close out on the matchup, because they were constantly handing over rounds to their opponents. Still an incredibly close matchup at the end of the day, but I think Rogue just a little bit better, especially on defense, at adjusting their strategies appropriately in order to counter out what LG was doing, and as a result of that, they do just barely squeak out of it before we hit OT.
The one thing I wanted to point out on, and I mean, I would love to ask the players about it, especially Doodle. Whenever he was on attack, he was on bathroom duty. He knew there was a guy in bathroom all the time, and it took so much time for Luminosity to move in, clear out the area, and try to battle the guy in the bathroom. And I feel like that was valuable time wasted because Luminosity, they were pressed for time whenever they went to site. And that last round, the Luminosity had an extra 20 seconds to go, an extra 15 seconds, he probably would have clutched it out. So, I mean, Luminosity, great try. I love this team to death. They've been on fire ever since they made this team change and join the, the top tier of teams. But unfortunately, they fell short. And Rogue, they're going to go ahead and move on.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, at the very end of the game, that, for a team that had been playing incredibly passive throughout most of its defensive half up until that point, it was a more aggressive play on the Mozzie from Eclipse that ended up saving them, making that big rotate, along with, of course, their Maestro finding a double downstairs. But the Mozzie, caused a bit of a shift in the power play there, removed Luminosity's safety upstairs and caused at least one or two additional players to have to watch their back all of a sudden, not fully focused on the execute. So positioning that might have possibly been used to trade out the Maestro and prevent that double kill was shifted away and ultimately allowed for Rogue to shut that down with the two players they had left standing. Great stuff by them to quickly adjust back on that one and also allow for them to take control of that final regulation round to set them up at 7-5 at the end of the game. Just getting through the rest of these replays, folks, seeing some of the reviewed action. That was a crazy
nice
shot from Hayden. Yeah. Definitely been practicing that one.
And it was even better because he knew that he was coming in the bathroom. The pre-fire came, and then he heard the footsteps. The audio cue was there, so it was like, okay, should I pre-fire and wait? He knew exactly where he was coming from, but he lost the fight. I don't even think he put in, a hit of damage on him. But this was an impressive win for Rogue because of the fact that whenever they were on defense, they won rounds where they didn't have all the real estate in the world. Luminosity was applying all types of pressure from the top and down low, but Rogue still held it down and ultimately clutched it out for the win.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So another very close game comes to a close, and unfortunately for LG, their road in Stage 2 is going to come to an end now. We'll have to see them be reset. We'll see them again at the beginning of Stage 3. Hopefully, we'll have to begin this run all over again in order to try and qualify.
Yeah, September. This is such a long time from now.
It's a very brutal... brutal, culling system we have here at USN.
Right.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yep. So with that being said, and the post-game talk is over, let's jump right into the interview. It's going to be with somebody on the winning team of Rogue. I'm pretty sure it's going to be...
I think he broke it from the balcony and then rotated.
Ranger, go ahead. Keep talking. What's going on, man?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going all right. So congratulations on the win. I love that shirt, by the way. That's a hot shirt.
Thank you.
Man. I want one when I see one in Raleigh. With that being said, man...
The one we had in Valencia, the USA jersey.
I wish. But speaking of the USA jersey, Team USA 2018, you guys are looking to repeat that same type of success. I have to ask, when IQ was banned, was it for a specific reason in regards to Pulse? Was it in regards to Echo? What was the strategy behind that? Wait, was that your ban?
Yeah, IQ was our ban. We weren't planning on running it. We were going to ban Capital against them to help preserve Shuttle and Yellow Stairs, and they banned it for us. So that was just kind of what we were going for this match's setups. So we went ahead and banned IQ because we didn't have a plan to run it, and we knew from watching them in the past that they do run it. So I have a dog now.
That's a cute dog. Shout out to the pups. Tell Easy I said great job, by the way. And speaking of members on your team, 3 players combined for 34 kills. There's a lot of talk about how good Vertical is. We always shine the player right. We always shine on players that are on top of the leaderboards. But with Rogue, you guys had 3 on top. How good is it to have 3 players that just fire off at all times on all cylinders?
I mean, we've got 5 who can do it, and obviously, like this last couple games, Tyler, Vert, and Slash have all been playing extremely well.
Yeah.
Our Pro League game against, I think, EG, Shuttle had like double digits or more, and played absolutely insane. And then he had like the last round, he had a really big 2K on site to kind of save the round for us. So, I mean, obviously, we know we've got people in all stages of the game, attack, defense, no matter the role, that can pop off in what they do. So.
All right, and the very last question of the day. With IQ being banned, there was no hard counter to Pulse. Vertical ran loose with Pulse. He was alive basically throughout the entire round, every single round, and the man was unstoppable. I mean, what were the comms like for you guys? Were you guys laughing? Like, was Vert just feeling free?
I mean, Vert was just giving us info around the map, like using the Pulse to know like what places are clear for him to move around in and where their attack's coming from. They weren't really rotating or doing anything crazy like that, so there wasn't like too much for him to call outside like the general side of the push, and then playing for C4. I think some rounds he played for it early, some rounds he played for C4 late, so just kind of mixed it up there. And then like the last round, you saw like Vert got the big C4 kill on the back after Slash died trying to push up yellow stairs. So we kind of came up with a plan between the last round, like, let's get this guy in the back. We'd had a little bit of trouble pushing into his nomads and stuff, and we wanted to make plays back there because we know they like to go aggressive into sight, and like you saw that they would, when they'd go in like on that lobby round, they'd go in with 3 people, so they can be really aggressive in taking sight. So we wanted to put pressure in the back and kind of like kill their flank watch, so we had more control of the map. But Pixel did a really good job holding it down with the nomads up until the last round. We kind of came up with a different idea. We killed them with the C4 instead. So
yeah, that was amazing. But I want to give you guys a big congratulations to the boys. I said good job in Ranger. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you again, man. This has been a constant basis type of thing. Hey, I see you in Raleigh. You take it easy, all right?
In a week when we play TSM, we'll interview after that.
I got you, man. You take it easy.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. The confidence from Ranger. Second to none, man.
Bye, Ella.
Yeah, bye, Ella. Ella's cute as hell. I miss my dog, by the way.
Love dogs. I miss my dog.
Right.
We need a Rainbow Six dog competition.
My dog.
Everybody's got, because like EG's got a husky now too.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
But Ella was like the first though. Ella's king.
Excuse me.
Queen. Oh yeah, you
Excuse
have
me.
your dog. But you have the caster dog though. That's like the protein
different.
dog.
All right, guys. Well, it's time to pick our MVPs for this matchup. Veli, why don't you go first?
Easily, this would be my man Vertical.
All
the man with the curly hair, the light-skinned god himself. On Pulse, he was unstoppable. Those crucial C4 kills. And as Ranger said, he was giving off so much intel with that cardiac scanner. They had no answer for him. They weren't throwing any strategies to stop him. And going positive 6, 12, and 6, the man was a beast. He was efficient.
83% cost as well, which is pretty high. I think like anything above like 60 is acceptable. When you get it to 80, that's starting when you start to get like really impressive with the amount of impact
for
players.
That's easy for him.
Yeah, mine was also the same. By the way, I had the same pickup as well. So we saw very impressive performance out of him on both of our sides. This one we'll have to see if that continues. Unfortunately for the Rogue fans, you will have to wait until next week, as they were mentioning before. They're now through into the conference finals, but that does mean we have to wait until next week to see them. However, we'll get to see who their challenger is going to be right after this.
He said TSM.
Yeah, he's already calling it, right?
And he said they're going to beat him. So, hey, let's see if Ranger is like the all-knowing orb.
It's gonna be really bad if Disrupt wins now. For Ranger.
Right, exactly.
It's gonna look pretty poor for him, but we'll see how that all pans out. And we can see here as well, Rogue managing to play in 3 out of 4 of the open qualifiers, finally taking the crown, or the qualification slot anyway, on the final one. And now they just have to hope that things go well and they can make it all the way through this time.
It's been a struggle, but ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have a new matchup coming up. Disrupt versus TSM, an amazing org, by the way. I love the fact they're in our scene. But with that being said, we're going to jump right into that matchup after this short break.